Good evening. I'd like to call the May 19th, 2025 meeting of the City of Safford Planning and Zoning Commission to order. I'll ask everybody to please silence their phones or turn them off during the meeting. We will proceed with roll call. Everyone is present except for Commissioner DeMarcus and Commissioner Figueroa. We will move to item number 3. Did we have any non-agenda items tonight? I think I'll save the agenda items till later on in the hearing when we do the public meeting. We'll move on to number 4, approval of the minutes from February 18th, 2025 regular meeting.
So moved.
We've got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
The approval of the minutes is passed. Let's make the minutes reflect that Commissioner Figueroa is here at 5:31.
Oh, I was going to nominate him.
He got here too soon. I know.
Did it for a reason.
He got here just in time for number 5, selection of chair and vice chair. Item 5 is the selection of a vice chair and vice chair per city code 17.84.110. Do we have any nominations?
Yes, I nominate Mr. Patterson. I second it.
For which role?
Oh, the top. The chair.
We've got a nomination for me, Mr. Patterson,
That's right.
as the chair, and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I am abstaining from a vote. Sounds like that passes unanimously. Let's move on to nominations for a vice chair. I would like to nominate Commissioner Pino Reyes for vice chair.
Second.
There's a second. And all in favor?
Aye. Aye.
That is unanimous. And we have moved past that now that we tabled it the last time. Now we can get into we'll close the regular meeting and reconvene into a public meeting. The staff requests that the Planning and Zoning Commission hold a public hearing for a rezone application from James Hewish for Graham County Parcel 104-35136L. The rezone is from R1-10 Single Family Residential District to the C3 Light Commercial District. And Ms. Imbeck, Director Imbeck, over to you.
Good evening, Chair and Commissioners. Staff requests that the Planning and Zoning Commission hold a public hearing on a rezone application and provide a recommendation to the City Council along with a statement of the Planning and Zoning Commission's reasons for the recommendation. The background: the Planning and Community Development Department is in receipt of a rezone application from James Hewish for Graham County Parcel 104-35136L, which is shown on the screen. The rezone request is from the R1-10 Single Family Residential District to the C3 Light Commercial District. In the analysis section of your report, you will see the existing zoning and the allowed uses. And on page 3 of 7 of your packet, you will see the C3 Light Commercial portion. This does allow medical offices under use C2. The neighborhood meeting on page 5 of your packet was held on May 7th, 2025 at the City Annex, 808 South 8th Avenue. No members of the public attended the meeting. Applicant notes from the meeting are attached. Staff mailed a public hearing notice to the neighbors on April 28th, 2025 and posted the property as required. No response has been received as of today. You'll notice the next section of your packet is general plan compatibility. No amendments to this title may be done without being compatible with those sections. This parcel is in the medical corridor of the Safford's Character Areas map on page 2.14 of the City of Safford General Plan. Implementation Measure A on page 2.26 of the City of Safford General Plan states, work collaboratively with medical service providers to ensure this corridor corresponds and responds to medical and health services' current and future expansion needs. This property is located on the corner of Relation and 20th Avenue. It is adjacent to C3 parcels on the north and the south, and the use to the north is currently a medical office. Staff is recommending that the Planning and Zoning Commission recommend to the City Council to rezone Graham County parcel 104-35136L from the R110 Single Family Residential District to the C3 Light Commercial District for the following two reasons. Number one, the property is located near other medical facilities within the medical corridor. Number two, the rezone will allow the commercial development of a vacant lot and promote infill development that aligns with the City of Safford general plan. Your attachments are the rezone application and neighborhood meeting notes, and the applicant is here this evening. I will stand for questions, and he is available as well.
I would like to hear from Mr. Hewish. If you would like to approach the podium and tell us a little bit about your plans. Thank you.
Thank you for this opportunity to address you, Mr. Chairman. My intent is to create an office space for my current podiatric practice. In there, be able to continue to provide the services that I provide now. Currently, I reside on the hospital, but look to have my own space to better complement our community and provide that service along that corridor that we all know about. So my intent is to create a beautiful building that would complement our community with plenty of vegetation, something that would be very beautiful and desirable in our community, and be able to continue to provide the quality care that is come to be expected here by our citizens.
Any questions from commissioners?
Do you own just inside the blue, or do you own the entire lot?
That is you can correct me, that is the lot as it is, property lines.
Property line. I just wondered if that would be left vacant, or if you would use that for parking or something around the other area.
Yes, Chair and Commissioner. The map shown is not survey quality, and once the rezone is passed, we'll have the development meetings and the surveys, and the development will be on the applicant's property, and that is the next step. At this point, we're just considering the rezoning.
And one other thing, as I was looking at it, the entrance will be on Relation. Is that correct? You go past, so it won't be on 20th.
Correct. Yeah, we hope to provide the entrance there so that we don't disturb traffic on 20th. And then, of course, beautify that corner so we can finish out the street and the sidewalk and all of those amenities. Wonderful.
Any other questions? Thank you, Mr. Hewish.
Thank you.
Is there anybody here in the audience that has questions on this rezone specifically? If you would, please state your name, and you have 3 minutes.
Okay, it won't take that long.
All right.
I'm Bill Watkins. I actually reside on 20th in that corner lot there, 2076 West Relation. So that
Just the
house on
one
left-
west, the one just west of
Yeah,
this
just
lot.
west. My question is, as you could see on the map there, behind the other building, there's trees. I know in talking with some of our neighbors, we were just wondering what, if anything, was going to be in between the building and Alameda, which is that private road right there. So that was my question, was just to see if there's going to be a barrier between the business and our street. So that was it.
I would defer
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. I would defer to Ms. Imbick.
Yes, Chair Patterson, you're officially the chair now.
I guess I am.
Yes, those considerations will be put in the minutes this evening, and when the project moves forward in engineering, we will look at that. Generally, there is site obscuring fence between commercial property and residential. That generally does happen, and I believe with Mr. Hewish, the architect on the project, we've discussed those things. So as we move forward, those will be considered.
Thank you. Anybody else on this specific rezone? All right. We've got one more comment.
I think this is an excellent idea for that location, and I think it'll be advantageous to the community, Safford, and it'll be nice that they're all in that area there.
You may.
Across the street from that, just south of it, that vacant lot's been vacant for a long time. Are there any plans for medical facilities there or the hospital? Do they have anything? I know right now it's a real nice place for FedEx to park the truck.
Yes.
Prior to my acquisition of this lot we're discussing, I did approach the hospital who owns that lot. They have plans, but I don't know their definitive plans, but the hospital does own that. We'll see what happens.
All right, thank you.
All right, if we have no more public comment on that, we will close the public hearing and reconvene into the regular meeting. And we'll go into number 9, new business, and the Hewish rezone public hearing. Staff requests the Planning and Zoning Commission provide a recommendation along with a statement of the Planning and Zoning Commission's reason for the recommendation to the City Council for a rezone application for Graham County parcel 104-35136L. The rezone request is from the R110 Single Family Residential District to the C3 Light Commercial District. And we've completed the public comment, so if anybody has any other comments or not, I would entertain a motion on the rezone we just heard.
I motion to approve the rezone 104-35136L from R110 Single Family Residential District to C3 Light Commercial District,
As written by staff?
as written by staff.
I've got a motion.
Second?
I've got a second by Commissioner Ragland. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Rezone passes unanimous. On to new business number 2, El Monero Travel Trailer Park preliminary plat of development. Staff request for the Planning and Zoning Commission to approve, deny, or refer the preliminary plan of development back to the developer. The application has been submitted by Jesus Gonzalez for El Monero RV Park. And Director Imbeck, over to you.
Good evening, Commissioners. This is a request for the Planning and Zoning Commission to approve or deny or refer the preliminary plan of development back to the developer. The applicant's representative, Mark Kavanaugh, is here in the audience this evening if you do have questions. The subject property is listed as Graham County parcel numbers 106-01002N, 106-01002R, and 106-01307. The property is currently undeveloped. The property was rezoned to the Manufactured Home Development District in December of 2024. City of Safford rezoning process was followed, including the required neighborhood meeting and public hearings. You'll notice after that travel trailer parks are a use that is allowed in this zone. The surrounding land uses to the north are multifamily housing, C3 zoning. South, an existing travel trailer park, MHD zoning. To the east, commercial and multifamily housing, C1 and R2 zoning. And to the west, it is undeveloped and has MHD zoning. Staff has worked with the applicant using the procedure defined in Chapter 17.72, large-scale development. The applicant and the engineers attended a pre-development conference on August 13th, 2024. The rezone was effective on January 8th, 2025. A site plan application was submitted and the applicable fees paid on February 18th, 2025. A second pre-development conference was held on March 6, 2025. The plans have been reviewed by all staff for completeness. The required information has been submitted in section 17.72040, and staff sees no significant defects in the plans. And I do have the full plan set. You have them in your packet, and I do have the full plan set here.
In size 1 font.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, so I have the full-size font here if you do have any questions. So this is in the neighborhood character area, and the general plan allows that different housing products will be needed in the city of Safford in the future. Following that, on page 30 of your packet, you'll see the large-scale development regulations. and the design criteria. And on page 33, you'll see today's action, which is the commission review. The commission shall review the proposed preliminary plan of development for any large-scale development. In considering the plans, the commission shall make sure that the development is consistent with the general plan for the city, that the development will constitute a living environment of sustained desirability and stability, that the development will not produce a volume of traffic beyond the capacity of the surrounding street system, the requirements for utilities, off-street parking, traffic circulation, and other public requirements will be adequately met, and that the design criteria and intent of this title shall be adequately complied with. So this evening, you will hold this meeting, and we have spoken with the attorney because this project has already had 2 public hearings and a neighborhood meeting. This is just new business for you this evening. That's why you have the asterisk there. The commission shall approve the plans as submitted, deny them as submitted, or refer them back to the developer for one of the following reasons. If it's inconsistent with the title of general plan, city staff requires changes be made in the plans or documents have not been completed, or there is inadequate utility supply, or any other circumstance which is significant enough to require the plan not be approved at this time. The next section, you'll see the additional requirements for travel trailer parks. Staff is recommending that the Planning and Zoning Commission approve the preliminary plan of development for the travel trailer park for parcels 10601 002N, 10601 002R, and 10601 for the following 5 reasons. The development is consistent with the general plan for the city. 2, the development will constitute a living environment of sustained desirability and stability. 3, the development will not produce a volume of traffic beyond the capacity of the surrounding street system. 4, the requirements for utilities, off-street parking, traffic circulation, and other public requirements will be adequately met. And 5, the design criteria and intent of this title shall be adequately complied with. If approved, the plans will be submitted and presented to the City Council on approval with additional information required in Section 1772.120. With that, I will stand for questions, and Mr. Kavanaugh is available as well.
I'd like to hear, Mr. Kavanaugh, if you would please. As Director Embick said, the rezone's already over for this, and this is just the plan approval, but I'd like to hear from you the layman's version of the plans for the park.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Commissioners, Vice Chair, and Chair for hearing this agenda item. So this is going to be a 72-space RV park, all paved streets. It's going to have ribbing concrete curbing all the way around. It's going to be fed with a 3-inch water main. It's going to have fire hydrants throughout the park that's going to be looped into the system from 20th Street and also golf course that we're actually giving back to the city. The main sewer we're tying in right behind the Penalino Apartments right there. That's our main tie-in. And we're going to keep the sewer in-house. We're not giving that to the city just because by the time we figured out what the requirements were going to be for that, it was just, we're too far along right now. We're in the 9th inning and we're ready to get this project moving forward. There is going to be an amenity building. It's going to provide showers. There's going to be a laundromat in there also. That's just for the residents. It's not going to be opened up for anybody to walk in. And then there also will be a swimming pool. So there will be on the west side, we'll have to build a 3-foot retention wall. We'll do that at a CMU block. And then above that, we'll do chain link on that side. And then on the golf course side, Golf Course Road and 20th, we'll do a 3-foot tall fence. And every 8 feet, we'll have our columns going up, and then we'll have a see-through wrought iron fence. I don't know if we're going to do vertical, like across the road, or if we're going to do a horizontal, kind of keep it a little more modern. That little design feature, we're not too sure on. But we're going to have a swimming pool there. And I mean, it's called El Monero RV Park for a reason. It's to provide places for people that are working in the Safford mine and the Morenci mine. Those are the customers that we're trying to attract, and everything's going to be paved, and we're excited. So I think this is going to be a great asset to the city of Safford. So
Thank you. Any questions?
Just a question on staffing. Will you guys have like full-time staff members there on property while
we,
it's?
we will we'll probably only have one there full time. But the owner, he lives in Safford, right on 25th Street, right above the RV park. And then I live right there on Meadow Lane too. Not saying that I'm going to be doing the administrative part of it, but who knows? We'll see. So
And I guess my concern was just, I know that a lot of wind blows there and there's a lot of trash that can be collected. So just want to make sure you guys are having staff members that aren't going to let that get out of hand. I've seen some RV parks where that's been a concern.
yeah.
So I'm sure you won't, but I just wanted to
Right.
voice
No,
that concern.
absolutely. So we're not trying to desecrate the city of Safford in any means.
Sure.
So we want it to be a clean RV park and bring in people that are going to respect the community also.
I just had a comment that there is currently 2 ingress/egress locations on Golf Course Road, and I noticed you're going down to 41-foot entry, mostly because only big vehicles are coming in and out of there, correct?
Correct. Yep. Yeah, so we'll have one on Golf Course Road, and we'll have one coming off of 20th also.
Both the same size, correct?
Correct. Yep.
Any other?
Do you have any mobile homes? Will they be in there permanent?
No,
Okay.
no. So,
It's just
No.
RV?
well, I can't speak for the developer. As of right now, we were just focused on RVs, the recreational vehicles. There may be a park model here and there, but that's not the direction we're going right now.
Any other questions?
Just a comment, sounds like a good project to solve some of the problems that we're having, and I hear it, whoever I talk to, it's like there's no place for people to live,
Yeah, absolutely.
And we can't hire someone because they can't find any place.
Yeah,
So-
and it's the affordability right now
Yeah.
too. Supply and demand is really gripping the city of Safford. People are having 1-bedroom apartments going for $1,500 a month right now. And hopefully this will kind of ease the development aspect of things. So,
I got a question, just kind of following up on Mr. Hancock's question on the types of structure we're gonna have there.
yes, sir.
I know you're saying you're gonna start like RVs, just regular RVs, but sometimes you'll see a mobile home parked in there and it becomes permanent. So I've seen a lot of RV parks turn pretty bad once permanent mobile homes are in there.
Yeah, so the current zoning, from my understanding, would allow
Right.
a permanent structure to be there. But with the size of the lots, we're not fitting double wides in there. They're going to be classified as park models,
Mhm.
which are 400 square foot or less. So they would be the smaller ones, not meant for a family with 5 kids to be staying there. Just one or just one couple. But yeah, they would be of the smaller intent, but that's not our intent.
Yeah.
We would just like to see the recreational vehicles in there. So,
Thank you.
And I have one last question. Is there any space that you've allocated for tent camping at all?
no,
Okay, good.
No.
Thank you.
no tents allowed.
Yeah, well,
So-
the RV park across the street had designated tent spots,
Yeah,
and that was a concern of mine, so I just wanted to double check.
yeah. No, if they want to camp, they can go to the mountain that's
Perfect.
right up the road. So.
Riggs is close by.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mr.
So-
Hancock?
I'd like to make a comment. The last meeting we had, myself and everybody that lives up and down my street was here complaining, concerned about the traffic on 20th. And I'm happy that we have the medical facility going in. I'm happy we have yours going in, and I'm also hopeful that you'll be supportive and along with what the city's done. It's been outstanding, much, much better since we talked about it because it was like a racetrack.
Yeah.
You know, the city went in there and widened it out a little bit, which made it nicer. But, you know, living there, and I live just north of Vining's Funeral Home, right on the corner there. And so that's where my place is. And I just, man, it's just like it was like a racetrack. And now they've got the monitors out there, and I think it's a good thing. But if you stop and think about it, we have numerous medical facilities and dental facilities down that street, all the way through the hospital, and numerous handicapped and elderly people that live in those apartments and up on the hill. And so I just wanted to say thanks, basically, to the city, because the city chief of police and the staff has been outstanding, and they're monitoring it quite often. You see them parked there, and that whole from down by the Safford schools all the way through there, they monitor it very often, and I think they're doing an outstanding job, and I just want to compliment them. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments, questions?
Good idea.
Thank you, Mr. Kavanaugh.
Thank you.
I just have one other comment that goes along the lines of what we were talking about earlier about the housing is if we can get some more housing to get temporary workers out of the local hotels and open up beds at local hotels and get them into more permanent housing, that would help alleviate a lot of the issues, in my opinion. So I think it's a good idea. I'll entertain a motion.
Second.
We've got a motion as written by Mr. Hancock, second by Mr. Ragland. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? None. Motion passes. Thank you all. That moves us to number 10, project updates and announcement. Ms. Imbeck, do you have any of those?
Yes, good evening again, Commissioners. And this is another great step forward to solving some of our housing problems in the city of Safford. We've had the 165-unit townhome and smaller home subdivision approved by the council that you've heard before. This RV park will fill another niche in the housing market. So I think we're really moving forward, and I'm pretty happy that we've got these projects starting to kind of alleviate our housing issues. And thank you, Commissioner Hancock, for thanking the police chief. They've really put a lot of work into that. And I think as the city of Safford grows, we'll all work together to make sure that the issues that are reported get to the correct departments, and we do follow through with that. And I would like to thank Chair Patterson. Also, congratulations on your election this evening. And I would like to thank him for attending our pre-development conferences. I think that brings a lot of information and transparency to our process, which is very helpful. And so far, we don't have any applications for our June meeting. I will let you know next week if we'll be meeting or not, but so far, we do not have any applications. Thank you.
Thank you. I do want to comment on the pre-development meetings. They are in-depth, and for example, the 165-unit subdivision that was the townhome project that we saw, it feels like 2 years ago now, but they got passed by the council. There were hundreds of emails back and forth between the developers and the city of Safford to make sure things were right before the presentation was there. I think that's really helpful to any developer and builder who wants to come into the city of Safford to know that there's a process that you don't have to have it all exactly 100% done and right when you first come to the city, that there'll be multiple meetings and with department heads and get things checked off the checklist on the way to getting it done. And I think it's been valuable for me to see that process. So I know that I think it's valuable to all parties involved. So I just wanted to make that comment. Next scheduled meeting is Monday, June 16th, but we will wait to hear from Director Imbick to see if we will have a meeting on that. And with that, motion to adjourn?
So moved.
from Commissioner Ragland, seconded by Commissioner Hancock. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thanks for joining us.